With some of the big players totally overhauling their rewards programs, 2026 is already shaping up to be a pretty wild year for credit cards. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise and get straight to it. What are the actual best credit cards to have in your wallet right now? All right, let's just get right into it.
So, let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You've got this high-end travel card, right? But lately, it feels less like a simple rewards tool and more, I don't know, like a super complicated coupon book. It seems like finding that straightforward value is getting harder and harder.
So that's what we're going to focus on in this explainer. The cards, and more importantly, the card combinations that give you clear, high value without making you jump through a million hoops. Because honestly, in 2026, simplicity, that's the ultimate perk.
And believe me, the landscape is only getting more complex. We've seen some massive, pretty controversial changes from programs like Bilt's new 2.0 version. And that kind of shift is exactly why it's so crucial right now to find those cards that still offer a simple, powerful way to get value.
So let's kick things off with what I think might be the simplest, most powerful two-card setup out there today, the Capital One Duo, with the Venture X and the Savor One. This is for anyone who just wants big rewards without the big headaches.
Okay, so the Venture X is kind of the anchor of this whole setup. And yeah, it comes with a $395 annual fee. I know, that might sound a little steep. But stick with me here. Let's break down how that fee basically disappears.
Every single year, right off the bat, you get a $300 travel credit to use when you book through the Capital One portal. Boom. Right there, that brings your real cost for the card down to just $95.
But wait, there's more. On top of that, every year on your card anniversary, they give you a 10,000-mile bonus, which, at a minimum, is worth another $100. So, do the math. You get $400 in value, you pay $395. This card literally pays you to keep it.
So you see, the Venture X is an awesome catch-all card, earning a solid 2x miles on absolutely everything. But here's where it gets really good. You can supercharge your earnings by pairing it with the Savor One, which, get this, has no annual fee and earns 3% back on all that food and fun stuff.
But here's the real magic, the superpower of this duo. You can take that cash back you earned on the Savor One and convert it directly into Venture X miles. This means that 3% you're earning on dinner suddenly becomes 3x times miles per dollar, which can be way more valuable. It's a brilliant way a simple, no-fee card can totally elevate your whole point strategy.
All right, pretty cool, right? Let's move on to our next setup. This one's for those of you who don't mind just a little bit of strategy to really maximize your returns. We're talking about a seriously underrated points engine from Citi, the Strata Premier, and the Custom Cash Duo.
So the heart of this whole thing is the Strata Premier. For a $95 annual fee, you get a fantastic 3x points on a huge range of categories. We're talking air travel, hotels, restaurants, supermarkets, even gas. And check this out. There's a $100 annual hotel credit that can pretty much wipe that fee right out.
So think of it like this. If the Strata Premier is your powerful all-around engine, then the no-fee Custom Cash is like your precision specialist. It's designed to do just one thing, but do it exceptionally well. Earn a massive 5x points in whatever your top spending category is that month.
And the strategy is actually super simple. Just pick one of these categories, say gas stations, and only use the Custom Cash for that. That's it. You're basically guaranteeing yourself 5x points on that spending, which you can then just pool with all your other points from the Strata Premier.
Okay, next up, we have an absolute fan favorite. I mean, this is a card that almost everyone who's into points and miles has had in their wallet at some point, the no annual fee Chase Freedom Flex.
So the Freedom Flex is famous for one thing, those 5x rotating quarterly categories. But the really cool part, the pro move, is when those categories overlap with the card's other built-in bonuses. So for example, in the first quarter of 2026, dining is a 5x category. But the card also gives you 3x on dining all the time, so they stack. It's a little weird how they calculate it, but who cares? The result is an incredible 7x points on all your dining for that whole quarter.
But look, earning a mountain of points is only half the battle, right? The real question is, how do you unlock their full power?
Well, the answer is pairing it with our honorable mention for this list, the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Think of this card as the key that unlocks the whole system. It lets you take all those points you earned and transfer them out to super valuable travel partners, with the World of Hyatt program being the absolute, undisputed standout.
Okay, so maybe a whole multi-card setup just isn't your thing. No worries. Let's look at two of the best cards that offer fantastic value all by themselves with no annual fee.
First up, you've got the Amex Blue Cash Everyday. This thing is a powerhouse for your daily U.S. spending.
giving you 3% cash back on groceries, online shopping, and gas. Plus, it comes with an $84 credit for the Disney streaming bundle. And then, for all you Amazon shoppers out there, there's the Prime Visa. Honestly, if you already have a Prime membership, this card is just a total no-brainer, earning a huge 5% back on all your spending at Amazon and Whole Foods.
All right, as we start to wrap this up, I know some of you are probably thinking, hey, wait a minute, there's a big name missing from this list. Let's talk about that.
You see, the original Bilt MasterCard, it was an absolute go-to, especially for renters. But that card, it's gone. And frankly, the new Bilt 2.0 program is just, it's too complicated. It doesn't fit our theme this year of simple, straightforward value. So for most people, we just can't recommend it anymore.
And you know, that really brings us to the most important point of this whole explainer. The goal isn't to find one single best card. That doesn't exist. The real goal, the smart move, is to build a simple 2 or maybe 3 card setup that perfectly matches how you actually spend your money.
So, I'm going to leave you with one final question to think about. What is your #1 spending category? Seriously, if you can answer that, you've already taken the first, most important step to building your perfect card strategy for 2026. Thanks for joining me for this breakdown.